And we're ready to go.
Well, hello, everybody. Today is November 19th, Tuesday, and this is our Heat Team call. And I'm just proud to be on this call with Alexis Busselman. And the title of our talk today is how she went from HLP to NMD. And I hope you're going to get some great tips and just learn a little bit about how we work together. So I just appreciate that you're all here. And what I know is that you're going to have some questions at the during our conversation. We would like to hold those to answer at the end. So if you would put those in the chat, then we'll look those over with time left over at the end. So I guess I wanted to start telling you with my story that began actually 19 years ago. It was when my sponsor and best friend, you can see her name right up there, Tyra Wiebe, she shared Juice Plus with me along with Lenore Bayless. We actually sat down together with her. And you know what? Juice Plus made perfect sense for me since my family didn't eat right and we were sickly anyways. And so Tyra and I became distributors the same day at the same time that we ordered our product. And we knew that we had, you know, this incredible nutrition that we needed to share it with everybody we knew. And so we did. And one of the new team members that was shared with Juice Plus was Terry Grothy. Now, Terry Grothy is Alexis's mother. And can you believe it? Alexis was like 12 years old back then. So that's when, and I had never even met Alexis as a kid. She was on the family health study, and you'll hear part of that in her story. But what I want you to know that now we're going to fast forward 17 years. And what I did is what Tyra taught me to do. And that was my tip is that I would run a customer analysis report every day to see who on my team were adding orders and to make sure that I recognized everyone who was working. And it so happened that Tyra beat me to the punch because she was doing the same thing, running her customer analysis report every day. And she alerted me that a name popped up that neither of us had heard, and it was Alexis Busselman. You see, we knew Terry Grothy, but we didn't know who Busselman was because she had gotten married. And so what I would like to show you, those of you who may not know how to run a customer analysis, and what I did is, do you mind if I'm going to just share my screen real fast because I think this is important. This is something important that everybody should be doing. So here we go. Let's see if I can share. All right. So here's my virtual office. I'm going to go to my team data. And right here is customer analysis. And I make sure that my fin is dotted, and I'm going to put the level to all so I don't miss anyone in my downline. And when I scroll up, I'm actually running it from the 1st of November to today. And so every day you could run it from the 1st of the month or just from yesterday to today, just to see what's happening. And you do have to format this report. I like to add the product. Normally this product is not checked. And you check that because not only do I want to see who's putting orders in, I'd like to see what are they ordering. And I'm going to return to the next step, and let's just run that report, and I'll just show you what I see. So here's what I see is that I see Brittany Nowak. She put in a trio, and look at Dr. Betsy. She's just putting all kinds of orders in here, and my whole team is listed here. And what had happened is I saw Alexis Busselman put in one order. Did I stop sharing my screen? Okay, so I had to call her and say, to introduce myself to her and ask, you know, she said she had been a distributor for 2 years, but never put any customers on, just her own personal order. And I wanted to tell her about our promotions that we had since she's now added one new customer. And what I want to tell you all is that you need to go watch her NMD speech to hear how that phone call went. And I want to show you because I like to show, I'm a show and tell girl. Let's see. Where can you see that, watch that NMD speech? And that is right here. I'm going to jump over to YouTube, and you just go to the virtual Juice Plus virtual franchise YouTube channel. And there she is listed as the 4th one there to hear when I made that phone call, how did it go? And I'm just going to give you a little spoiler alert here. She said no, she wasn't interested. But how did we get from not interested to today? So with that, I would like to turn it over to you, Alexis, just to get this story going and to tell, and you can share with us what happened next.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Carolyn. And it's so funny when I see her share those things. I remember the first time she told me that I should be running a customer analysis every day. And I was like, oh, that seems like a lot of work and that seems silly. And now I run one every single day, because to reach these leadership positions and these goals that we have, that is really impactful in being able to track your business. And I didn't know that all these things that she does on YouTube is really valuable as well, being able to track everything down that the Juice Plus company puts out there for us, and be adding playlists and things like that. So thank you so much, Carolyn, for the introduction. As she said, I've been on the product for a long time, since I was a child. It has been 18 years now. And when Carolyn initially called me, I was working a corporate job. I had a really great position with an advertising agency, and I had been working from home since I had my first child. And I not only felt like I had a pretty good gig going, but I also was not in a position to take on anything else. I had just had a new baby, my second baby at the time. And when she called, I said, I'm not interested. Don't talk to me about the business. I just want to earn money back. And she just told me that she'd be calling me back. And so the next time she called to share with me about the promotions, I knew that I needed to at least consider it. And so she actually got me on a 3-way phone call with her and Lenora. And so it was really awesome to be able to hear the opportunity that this company provides. And it got me dreaming and thinking that maybe this was something that I could someday do and someday could be a future for our family. And so it wasn't long after that phone call that I actually made the decision to leave my job and to go all in. And how that kind of transpired was I had invited the entire room at the first event I had to join my team. And so every person standing in the room that I'd asked to, order the product, I also asked them that evening to be part of my team. And that was really impactful, because here I was, a brand new to this business distributor, and I found myself with 6 to 10 teammates in my first 30 days in the business. And so I, of course, was leaning greatly on Carolyn with all of her experience of how do I train them? What do I do? What is most important? And so I want to share with you guys a little bit about our onboarding process and what we do on our team to be bringing new people on and getting people started as quickly as possible. And so first of all, inviting onto your team, as I mentioned, I asked everybody in the room to be part of our mission. I am really big about that on my team. I feel that every single person deserves to know that for a $50 a year investment, they can be earning money back on their family's product. They can be earning money back on people that they share with. Just like Carolyn had said, I had been a distributor for years before I ever shared it with somebody else. I can tell you, I have people that are on my team that signed up last year just to get, the money back on their own product. And here they are, 6 months, 9 months, a year later, hitting their HLP promotion, deciding that this business is something they want to do. And so if you give them access to a virtual office and show them how easy it is to enter an order, you never know when they're going to, decide that they have somebody in their life to share with. So that would be one of the tips I want to leave you guys with tonight. Don't be prejudging people and thinking that, oh, maybe they're not interested in the business, or, it's not the best fit for them because they just have one quad order. It's just their order. Really consider, offering this to everybody, because you never know when they're going to add and they might want to get some money back and earn on that. And so as far as onboarding goes, once I have somebody who says yes, this is something that I learned really quickly, because some days I would have more than one person a day that said yes. And so the first thing we want to do is we want to get their virtual office set up. So when you sign up to be a distributor, you get an email from the Juice Plus company, and it has your username and your password in it. So as soon as someone signs up to be a distributor, if they do it through my link, I always check with them, hey, have you gotten your email yet? yet, because we want to be on the lookout for that. When they log in to their virtual office for the very first time, there's two things that they need to do. They need to make sure that their direct deposit is set up and set up their personal website. So I usually walk them through that however we've been communicating, if that's via text or Facebook Messenger. At that point, I really want to make sure that I'm connecting with them and we get that step taken care of, because if they don't get their direct deposit set up and logged into their virtual office, they won't get paid. So what I'll say at that point is I really prefer to do that on Voxer. I really like to get people on there as soon as I can. Some people are not interested whatsoever in working the business, and so they may not be setting theirs up through Voxer and maybe doing it through text or something, just so they can get that money back on their family's product. But most of our team is somewhat interested in learning about this business and is willing to download the Voxer app to do that. And so I have screenshots saved, and the instructions of how to set that up start in my Voxer. And so when I get a new teammate, it's so easy for me if they got on Voxer, because I literally just say, hey, I'm going to go ahead and forward you over the instructions of how to set up your virtual office. When you have a chance, please be sure to take a look at it and let me know if you have questions. And then I just boom, 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 send them all the instructions and the screenshots of how to do that. And at the very end, what I add is after you have set up your personal website, please send me that link so I can save it. And I actually have a note in my phone where I have all my teammates' website addresses. And so that's how I know that they've gotten it taken care of. And then I also have access to help them with their orders. If I have their link, I can literally send them over messages in the future, to their mom who's signing up, someone on a health study, and say, here, send them this link. Because we all know that it can be a little bit difficult to navigate our websites, right? Have we ever gone in and tried to have somebody buy something and we can't figure out how do we do that? So anyways, that's how I know that they have set up their office, is that they sent me that link. And getting on Voxer is a key. I will tell you that anybody who's active in my business and on our team is on Voxer. They have to be on Voxer. If they're sending me text messages, if they're sending me Facebook messages, I'll respond back and redirect them to Voxer and just say, hey, I provided you this resource in Voxer. So just make sure you go ahead and take a look on there. And then my next biggest thing is getting that teammate to their HLP as quickly as possible. So that's usually the first information I'm feeding them. Hey, I'm so glad you've joined our team. You ordered the quad. It was 247 points. So if you can get, one or two more people, or maybe someone else in your household is interested, let's go ahead and get our eye on that, because we want to get you that $100 bonus, as quickly as possible. And so that is really a key in making sure that they understand they are so close to that first promotion already. You want to be talking about that very first day. You want them excited. You want them to know that they're going to be making money, and that when that next month starts, they're going to be getting a paycheck. And so that's kind of what I start with there in the very beginning. And I will tell you, a lot of my teammates run with it. They're like, okay, this is who I'm going to talk to. I'm coming to the event on Thursday. I want to do a Facebook post, Alexis. What do I do next? And I just field their questions. I just answer their questions, and we start there. I really like to get them connected with Carolyn, which is a huge key for them to be on Voxer. I found really early on that I'm only one person. And as a brand new person, I didn't really have the answers to a lot of questions. And so what I was doing was getting my team on Voxer. And then once they were on Voxer, I was connecting them with Carolyn. And then she was able to start building that relationships with them as well. And it was helping take some of that pressure off me. I'm a brand new person that I'm barely learning the things as it was. I'm bringing on new team every single day. And she was able to help answer some of those questions for me and with my teammates, and start building the relationships with them. And so that is something that I really like to do. What I'll typically do in a situation with a new teammate is provide her a little bit of background information on them and give her a good time to reach out to them. So if they signed up today and they're coming to the event on Thursday and they're talking to their mom and their sister, they're busy. They've started, they're active. I'll tell Carolyn, hey, why don't we wait till next week? You can go ahead and reach out to them then. Sometimes they get their virtual office set up and then I don't really hear from them. They're on Voxer. We have it. I've maybe Voxed and we haven't really got anything back. And I'll say, hey, Carolyn, why don't you reach out to them, share your story, tell them who you are, what our relationship is, see if you get any feedback from them. So we just kind of play it together, and she'll say, hey, I heard back from him. Did you know this? And the next time I talk to him, I'll bring that up. And so we really start developing that relationship as a team. And I've really leaned on her for that. That has been something that has really helped my team's relationship grow at an exponential rate. And so I would encourage you guys, when you bring on a new team, get them introduced to your sponsor and your upline national marketing director. Your upline national marketing director wants to know these people. They want to talk to them. They want to be able to share their wisdom. So be sure to connect them. And then at that point, Carolyn and I work together to start introducing resources to them. When they have questions about, product questions or business questions or things, we're providing them those resources, but then we're sharing with them where to find them as well. So we're kind of providing them the information as they need it. So it's not this overwhelming sense of, welcome to our business. Here's the Freedom Revolution and the starter guide, and we're going to walk you through and get on the phone and we're going to go through all these things. What I found was that was really challenging for not only my new teammates, but for me. I mean, I had an event where I signed 6 people as a new mom who is currently working a corporate job. There's no way that I could get on the phone and walk through all of those things in those first few days with them. And so what we've found is, as valuable as those resources are, when there comes a good point, and sometimes that is in the first day or two that we talk to them. Sometimes it's not until they've reached their HLP and they're headed towards their VF and they're like, okay, now what? And then we start introducing those resources. And so I always just want to encourage you guys, just feel them out, see what their pace is. And you want to work at the pace they're going. My pace was very, very fast. And Carolyn did everything that she could to make sure she was not slowing me down. She was aiding me in all the ways that I needed to keep me moving at that pace. And then I would reach out to her and say, okay, I don't know what I'm supposed to do today. And she would say, hey, well, have you ever been to the Heat Team YouTube page? They have all these videos on there. And then she would start providing me resources, as I needed them. And so that kind of walks you through a little bit of my onboarding process of how I'm doing them. And I really want to emphasize getting on Voxer, connecting with your sponsor, connecting with your upline NMD, because that is truly what this call is about tonight, is the connection that Carolyn and I have had and how we've been able to, really grow our team. And so I have a couple minutes. I want to take just a few more before I turn it back over to Carolyn and just share with you guys some of the resources that I do like to utilize. I know that we have access to these kind of in a variety of our different teams. And so Facebook is great. We have a team Facebook page. The Heat has a team Facebook page. It's a great place to plug people in if they're on social media. Voxer, as I've mentioned. The websites that the Juice Plus company provides. So the Freedom Revolution we have access to, the Healthy Living Revolution, the Mission Driven Model, the Campbell Team website. All of those are really great. And feel out the person you're talking to. Carolyn and Lenora and I, when we were on the phone, they were kind of going over these on the phone. And I remember saying, I didn't write any of these down, but I feel like I should know them. And Carolyn said, no problem, I'm going to email you the list. And I saved that email, and it was something that I went back to. And I'm a type A person, and so that was really easy for me. I found that I used to just send that out to all my new teammates. But what I found was that some of them weren't reading it because it was a really long email, and it was intimidating to them. And so again, feeling out that person and then seeing how the best way is to present that. That list, I love that list, and just, you know, all these things that we have, the passwords to get into it. I keep it in the files section of our Facebook page. I do send it out via email at the end of the very month. So I always take a look at who all the new teammates are that we've signed on that month. And I just send out an email to everybody end of the month and just say, hey, welcome to our team. We're really excited to have you. And then here's some resources that you can reference back to throughout your Juice Plus journey. And so then they know they don't have to take a look at it right now. But those are some really great tools to have in your toolbox. You know, you want to be redirecting them to resources that we already have. You don't need to be reinventing the wheel. There is plenty out there that you can be sharing with them. And so with that, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to turn it back over to Carolyn. I'm going to let her kind of bounce some things off of what I said, and then we want to take some questions.
Alexis, thank you. And I know we're trying to get this all within the half hour and still be able to answer some of your questions. But what I have to tell you that I have learned through this journey with Alexis is that I'm kind of slow and methodical. And what I found when I would tell her how to do something, like I'd say, when you share the product with someone and you're going to take their order, what you do is you get an order form and you write it down, and then later you go back to your virtual office and then you key it in, and that she goes, that's too much work. There's got to be a better way. And then Alexis discovered for me that we could send people a link and they can sign up themselves. I mean, really, we have to think about, you know, a couple of years ago, we weren't doing that. And so she had taught me how to speed up things rather than being so methodical and just kind of plodding through. And so I want to say to all of you out there, if you have a teammate that wants to move faster than you, then you just need to know that you could learn some things from them and to keep the pace going. And so I appreciate, Alexis, that you have taught me so much that I've been able to transfer to the rest of my team. We all want to know how can we do things better and faster and cleaner. And so I saw one of those questions that was listed there was it you, Carrie Gates, said, please share that magical list. And basically what was all those resources, Alexis just rattled off. And just so you all know that you can go to the Freedom Revolution on your cell phone and you can save that website to your home screen. So on my phone, and I'm teaching my team and Alexis' team that we have a little circle of icons on our phone with all these websites right there. And then another circle with the website to put a Juice Plus order in, the other website to put the family health study in, another one to sign up a new distributor. So you have all those links ready to go. So when someone is interested, you can share it with them right away. So that was part of that magical list. So Alexis, are all these, help me out with Nikki, can you help me with how this chat works as far as, are these?
Yes, I can see them.
Okay.
So I'm taking a look. So Nikki had asked about sending the username and password. And so I let my teammate log in with their username and password. When they go to set up their personal website, they're going to have their own URL. So Carolyn put hers there in the chat. It's carolynswanger.juiceplus.com. I have a list in my phone of my teammates. And that just really helps me when they need to submit, you know, they have somebody who wants to put in an order, their friend wants to sign up to be a distributor. What link do I send them, Alexis? My website's confusing. I have their link, so I can go ahead and just send it over to them and then explain to them where I found it. So I like having access to those. And you want your team to know what their website is. That's important, especially if y'all have any millennials on your team. They need to know what their website link is because people do want to order that way. Carrie Gates, we will share that list. But like Carolyn said, it's just a list of the resources. It has like the campbellteam.net or campbellteam.net with Campbell Team as the password. And then I just usually have like a one-liner of what I like about the website and what I usually utilize on there. Nikki, we will get that posted. Lisa, so can they put in their own child health study order? So this is great, a great question. So I always teach my team that there's two ways to put in orders. You can put it in through your virtual office, or you can submit team can submit orders through their website. I typically like them to know both ways. So if I have somebody, we have a couple minutes. This is an important tip. I have somebody who was at my event tonight and they're like, I'm on board. I'm ready to sign up for product. I'm ready to sign up to be a distributor. What do I do next? The very first thing that I'm going to do is get their product order in. I'm either going to get it on paper because I'm standing there with them and have them put it on there for me. Or if this is a digital conversation, I'm going to send them my link and say, get your order in right now. That's the first step that I would typically do. You don't want to lose that order. They're ready to order, get that in. Then the next thing I'm doing is getting them signed up to be a distributor, which I can key in my virtual office, or I can send them the link to my website where they can sign up themselves. It's important for them as a new teammate to learn both ways to put in orders. So if that new teammate just used my link to submit their order, they've already learned how to use a personal website. So the next time they put in an order, I'll say, hey, let me walk you through how to do it on the virtual office. So then they know both ways. And so when they have somebody who wants to put in an order, they can establish, is it going to be easier for me to get this order if I texted them the link? Or should I pick up the phone and call them and put it in through my virtual office? And that is going to be different for every person that you talk to. So you
Alexis, quick question. When
yes.
you use your juiceplus.com link, we all have one. Do you just send them that, or do you take it further and do you put it to the buy spot, the store? Do you send them?
I take them exactly where they need to go. So that's why it's important that I have the website link, because if it's a health study order, it can be really hard to navigate and figure out, you got to go to the get started and then the healthy starts for families. I even go a step further on that. And if I send somebody that link, I say, scroll all the way down to the bottom, enter your child's information. It'll take you to a page where you'll select your adult product and your free child product.
Right. So your link is not the landing page. Your link is a few steps in, so that when they click on that link, it's taking them right to the buy spot.
Right. That's the link I'm providing them. Yeah. But the link that I have is just Carolyn
right.
Swanger.
I just wanted to make sure everybody understand that when they send a link out, it's not going to be Nikki Cotton, juiceplus.com. It's going to be, when I send it out to my customer, it's going to be the one that's further down the road, that when they click that link, it opens to the buy spot. It opens to the store. It doesn't open to the landing page of our office. Of our website. I just want to make sure everybody knew that.
And corporate is making this easier for us. We're supposed to be able to just send our text or whatever with everything in the cart, and that's coming soon. So soon it won't be this complicated. But you just want to make it as easy as possible on your new teammates.
And I have one more question, because I get this from a lot of people. They say a lot of times I've sent them the link and then they don't order, but if I ask them for the order, I get it more readily. I'm hearing that that's not necessarily true for you, that people are signing up on your link.
So they are. When they're ready to order, they're ready to order. And if I can't take that phone call right then I send them my link directly to the page where they need to go, and they'll enter their information. If they say they're going to do it and they don't, and then I follow up that evening. Hey, I didn't see the email come through. Did you have trouble with the link? Do you want to take a phone call tomorrow?
I don't want to hog it. Does anybody else have questions?
I just wanted to a caveat that we had learned the old way of doing it is when someone wanted to become a distributor, you would sign them up as a distributor and then put their order in. We don't do that anymore because we lose them. We get like Alexis said, she sent them her personal Juice Plus website, get your product order in, then I'll send you the next link to sign up as a distributor, and then tomorrow we'll call the company and have them switch the order underneath. But we're not going to wait for them to become a distributor before we put their personal order in. Their order always goes in first.
Yeah, I love that.
That's important.
Any other questions? Somebody just unmute themselves and ask. And say your name first so I can find you. And if you're talking, we can't hear you.
We did good. We answered them all. Oh, what do we mean by lose them? So I have an example for this story. So I had someone who was ready to sign up. They were like, I'm ready, let's go. I want to be a distributor. So I got them signed up as a distributor, and then I could not get their product order in. I called them, I texted them, I did everything. And guess what? I missed it. End of the month came, they were a distributor with no order. Like, and I just didn't know what to do. What did I do wrong? So I've learned the hard way that you want to get that product order in first, and then go ahead and get them signed. And if they're standing there and they're with you and it's all happening at once, that's a different situation. But if this is a communication that's happening on your phone, get their order in first.
I'm so glad you're stressing that, because I can't tell you how many people have signed up reps and said, well, I'm going to get their order tomorrow. And it happens so many times that they don't come back and order. They really don't. So getting that order in first, I'm excited that you've really nailed that one, Alexis. Any other questions?
So Leslie here. I have a question. Because in the past, the Children's Health Study, now the Healthy Starts for Families, we had to, as the rep, go in and basically check off that, yes, we'll sponsor this person. So are they allowed now to just fill that out and put their person on the Family Health Study without us doing it?
So if they're a customer, then they're not going to be checking that. So it depends on how they're putting it. I guess I'm not sure on that one. Carolyn, can you help me out here? Question.
I think what we're asking is, if you want to be a customer on the Family Health Study, can you put in your own order? Because nobody's clicking off the I agree to pay anything part. So can a customer go in and sign up under the Children's Health, Family Health Strong Start Children's Health Study?
Yeah,
absolutely. There's a link. Yeah,
okay.
There's a link for that, and it doesn't ask them about that. So
okay.
And I know we're at the end of time, but I do want to address this one. I know Mariah and Michael commented and asked about how is this duplicating. This is duplicating. I have a sales coordinator, 3 deep. I have a 3rd, 4th generation qualifier. This is a duplicatable process because it's saved on Voxer. They're learning to get them on Voxer, plugging them into me, plugging them into Carolyn. I teach them they need to get, onto our team Facebook page. And so it is duplicating for us. This has been something that's been duplicatable.
And I think also, Alexis, when you say, it's in the email or in your Facebook, on Voxer, a lot of times when we've started off people, we've sent them the list and said, you can keep it here, on Voxer somewhere also. But that's what I'm hearing you say, is that it's repeated over and over again. People have a place to find the list, have a place to find the links. So.
yes. So I was just, you can't see my phone, but I just want to say, so all the training websites are in a circle. Oh, thank you. Are in a circle. I'll back up one screen. So here's my phone, and then I have right up here training websites. So I put all of them: Healthy Living Revolution, etc. So they're all saved right there. That's just saved to your home screen. And then right here, you were asking about. I don't know if this is the one for an order form. This is a distributor app, and the Family Healthy Starts. I've already got I went to that URL and then saved that to my home screen.
And it's your URL you're saving, not somebody else's.
No, and teaching them how to do the same thing. So we walk through this and they're like, oh, saved. Oh, that's, and so they have these little circles on their phone too. So they know which one to send when right away to sign someone up or get them started as a new distributor.
Okay, I know we're over time. I think we've had a lot. Sorry, guys. Maybe we can feed some more questions on the Facebook page once the recording gets posted.
Whoops. Uh-oh, what happened?
That's you. Somebody shared their screen.
Somebody's sharing their screen.
It's not you. You did that.
No, I did not. Donna Wiss is sharing her screen. So she's saying, are you ready to sign up? In other words, she's got her juiceplus.com website, child's first name, ready to sign up. There it goes. And then it says bye. So thank you, Donna. And you're going to have to pull that off, Donna, so we can all get back together, because I can't unshare. There you go. Good job. I love the teaser.
I'm so sorry. I thought it would attach in the chat.
Oh, it's fine. So,
okay.
Wow. Great call. Carolyn, you want to wrap it up for us, and we're going to give a big cheer?
Yes, I just want to say, thank you for everything here. And of course, there's a lot more that got us to NMD as far as keeping track of a slip of paper on everybody to know when their dates and we're starting and ending. And I mean, it was just like craziness of having all those taped up all around my room. But we wanted to keep an eye on everybody so they wouldn't miss a promotion. And that was one more step to it. But I think the key is if you have a sponsor that will be very active with you, and if not, just keep going up, until you find someone that will really work, with you, and then we can all make this happen together. And I just appreciate the experience that I've had with Alexis, because she's turned my world upside down, and I've learned so much from her.
Hey, maybe we can get the two of you to do one more next month, a follow-up, the next step deeper that did it. How would you feel about doing that, Alexis and Carolyn?
That sounds awesome. We would love to do that.
Let's schedule you for one more time in December for the two of you to do your show for us and to let us know the next deeper step of, okay, you've onboarded them. How are you really getting them to get customers? How are you keeping track of everything? You guys like that idea?
Sounds good.
Okay, I'm pushing for it.
Thank you so much.
Everybody, good night. And Alexis and Carolyn, great job, and thank you so much. Everybody unmute yourselves and give them a heat Yahoo!
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 Thank
Great
you.
job. Good night, everybody.
Thank you, Lex.